Hello, I'm Jody Wolf. You're watching Expoz August 31, 2016 at 10:36 p.m. And the topic, we're entering something bad. And you can only look if do a simple type. Um, Type in September 27, 2016 YouTube and just say what or say what's happening with the market. Just anything to let it know where to put you. And when it comes up, you can set and count and count and count. Look, that date has put fear on a lot of people, and a lot of people's moving money, a lot of people are selling stuff. I don't know what it is. I do know it's the final part of this last group of feast days of a 7 year period. And I don't know if the final part of the 7 years or the first of the eighth year kicks it off, because this will be, I think, the eighth year. I'm not sure. But not only that, there's so much other going on, and Obama's behind the doors. He's got something he's got to tell, and he wants to. He's chomping at the bit to tell us something. Which I don't care what he has to say. I don't listen to him anyway. When I hear what he says, I heard it through somebody else because I don't listen to him. I don't watch him, and I don't want to hear his voice. Really, I don't, and I won't. But then you have so many people that, and some of these people saying, you know what? I've been hearing about it for a long time, and I really didn't believe it until recently. And he's talking about seeing a UFO. Well, I'm kind of in the same boat. I have never seen a UFO, not once. I've never claimed to have seen one. I read many, 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 many stories of people who have, and many stories of people who have been in firefights or gunfights, and many stories of these things who have come out and taken people or killed people. And just over and over and over and over, I read these stories, but yet I can't put myself in their shoes and see what they saw because number one, I don't believe there's aliens. I still don't. I do believe that there are Nephilim. I do believe that there are offspring of the Nephilim here. And I believe that is the whole alien bit right there. And the Gilberine, the Watchers, the Nephilim, just the whole, and the tall whites. By the way, I mentioned something about the tall whites maybe last night, and I said something, I didn't finish what I was saying about a tall white, a woman had been at the same gym and observed one of them working out and not working out in the way that anyone who works out should if they're toning or training, that she would go from one machine to another, that the body part that you were working out, instead of working from your chest up, she went like from her chest down to her feet, just in an order that, well, but maybe to them that is the right order. I don't know. And the lady also said, when she dropped her clothes and they hit the floor, she walked away and didn't even pick them up. And she said this, she seemed bony but stout, and she was like 6'10", and she had, her skin was like white almost, no tan, no, none at all. And she said she had a small breast, and The woman goes into, I don't know if it was the showers, I think it was, and she said when she dried off, it was like 10 seconds and she was done. And she put on other clothes, and the clothes that she took off, she left on the floor, she left the building. That's the story there, is what she told. And then there are other interviews of similar situations in the same manner. And I even have a friend that encountered one in this state, south of here. I won't give a name, but I never have. I've never seen anything. But I think there is soon going to be a grand disclosure. I really believe that. And even when I hear it, that won't necessarily make me believe it, because seeing is believing. There's one thing that I did not have to see in my life to believe. Only one. There's never been but one. Anything else, if you tell me it's raining outside, I'm not necessarily going to grab an umbrella. I'm going to look first. And it's not to disprove you, but is it raining too hard for me to get an umbrella? But I'm going to look. And if somebody tells me, so look, we have someone that you need, and because you're on a very bumpy road right now and you're heading down a dead end and it goes nowhere. And so when I hear about Christ, it's kind of different, because he was a long time ago. I can't walk out and see him. I can't stop the car, get out. Well, where is he? I want to meet him. It's just that when I heard, but I was very young when I first wanted my mother to read the Bible. I was either 4 or 5. I remember I couldn't hardly carry the Bible. It's so heavy. It was a family Bible. But I believe I have been basically a Christian since then. I knew I accepted Christ in 1969, really before that, and then again in 72. Many times I've been down before the altar, just laid down there. I also taught Sunday school for adult class and for the young class. But I don't have to see my Savior to believe in my Savior, because it's not the same as someone who lies to you every day, tells you something, and it finally gets so old that you don't believe anything they say. This is different. This is different. And I can't get enough of this one, the one I've never seen before, but I want to see. So the grand disclosure that's coming, I have a problem seeing them because I've not seen them. I have a problem believing in them because I've not seen them. But again, I do believe that there is a Lord. I've not seen him, but I believe there is. And have I felt him? Oh, absolutely. I'll tell you only one more thing in that aspect of it quickly. And this happened 6, maybe 7 months ago. And only one time in my entire life this has happened. I was in bed, and it was in the morning, and it wasn't too early. I got up, and it was like just for a second when I got out of bed, I swung my feet off the bed, and they hit the floor. A flat second, I felt something, and it left an impression on my mind that won't leave. And I didn't see anything. I didn't hear anything. Nobody standing before me talking to me in a white light. I felt the only way I can explain this word is complete bliss. Never in my life before that, not after that. One time, if it lasted a whole second, I don't know. It seemed like it lasted a long time, and it felt so good, but it was gone. I have to somehow, some way, believe that I felt what it's going to be like when my name is called and I'm going up. Now, right in line with this grand disclosure, I think there will be a grand disclosure telling people about we have some bad people here. They're not going to tell you they're bad. They're going to tell you they're our buddies, and the Pope's going to go and baptize them. But I believe right about that time, we're going to have someone that comes in here that nobody knows him or she or her as who they really are. Maybe they're the Antichrist. Maybe they're going to enter into a person and be called the Antichrist. And I'm kind of thinking along lines that I mentioned to you already. So I believe that is going to be tied in closely, time-wise, a grand disclosure made by our government and others, just like the Canadian government already made, and we heard it, I heard it. I can't imagine what he said. I can hear it over and over, but I can't feel anything. But wow, that morning I felt bliss. I can't explain it. I've never in my life felt that. And it felt 10,000 times better than I've ever felt in my life. But I had it for a second. And I am eager. I want it so bad for another second. Just, look, it's like that guy, the rich man that's in hell, okay? He's not quite in hell. He's in Hades. And he cries out to Abraham. He said, Abraham, please send Lazarus over here with just a drop of water on his fingertip that I may cool this fire in me. And Abraham said, I can't do it. He said, there's a gulf between you and I, and we can't cross it. He is feeling eternity, and it's bad. He wants that drop of water that he'll never get. I got that flat second, if that much, of pure bliss that I'm about to be dumped into. This can be poured out on me in a way I will never be able to explain it. I don't know what heaven's like, but I'm going to find out. So I believe Antichrist cannot sign the peace treaty with Israel until we're out of here. And you know what? Israel's talking peace today. Turkey, even with a Palestinian leader. What did he say just day before yesterday? He supported the Jews in them building in the part of the land that the Palestinians think should be their state. And that's like, good gosh, I can't believe that that's happening. But people are eager to make peace with them. That's coming. But before an official can sign a agreement, we have to go. And that bliss is going to go from here to all over, and it'll never end. Jody with Expoz.